Chapter 313. The first crane of manwha, Baek Musong. In the land of Shanxi no, in the entire Murim there was no one who did not know his name. Cherished as the true heavenly sword's prime disciple, Baek Musong had been hailed since youth as the destined future leader of the manwha sect. Whispers swirled among the murmurs, tales of the sword saint's youngest pupil, yet none contested Baek Musong's inevitable ascent to sect leadership. It said that the martial prowess of the divine dragon of manwha has already surpassed the elders of the 9 great sects. Truly a genius that appears once in 100 years. Still, the next leader has to be the first crane of manwha. Baek Musong is different. He is born with all the qualities required of a leader. That's right. Whether it's his martial arts or his character, who else but him could be the leader? Those at Xi'an Tower's ground level, savoring their drinks, remained oblivious to Baek Musong's quiet passage behind them. I have long heard of the reputation of Master Baek. It's an honor to meet you. Master, you flatter me too much. Not at all. It's only right to call a master what he is. What's excessive about that? Baek Musong offered a modest smile in response to the guard's fervent admiration. Being the center of attention was familiar territory. With the reclusive sword Saint Mei Zhonghak's rise, manwha sect's influence had grown, as had Baek Musong's responsibilities. A leader, they call me. For Baek Musong, still in his early 30s, the title felt both distant and burdensome. With a mental shrug he paused as the guard stopped. Here we are. This place is the only separate residence in Xi'an Tower, which we proudly claim to be the best in Shanxi. Surveying the opulent interior, complete with a jade and stone garden, Baek Musong expressed his unease. I'm sorry, but I don't have enough money to use a separate residence. Could you instead provide me with a quiet room? Ha ha, as modest as I've heard. The guard's laughter echoed as he spoke. Don't worry. The owner of the tower has repeatedly said that if a guest from the manwha sect visits, we should not charge them anything and treat them with the utmost care. The owner of the tower, you say? Yes, last autumn there was a certain issue with the Southern Edge sect, but it was smoothly resolved with the help of the manwha sect. The other 2 disciples of the Plum Blossoms 3 played a major role. Ah, I see. That happened while I was in isolated training, so I wasn't aware. I've only heard about it in stories too. I've only been working here for about a month, haha. Baek Musong nodded, his understanding deepening. His own past year had been anything but idle. Encountering Chongpeng and Jin Tae-kyung, both era-defining geniuses, had profoundly shocked and inspired Baek Musong, propelling him into a year of solitary training. It was a meaningful time. The enlightenment he gained in seclusion had not only enhanced Baek Musong's strength but also deepened his wisdom. Yet more had changed. The manwha sect status had soared remarkably in this period. Even the government, replete with Southern Edge's secular disciples, now prioritized manwha in crises. If the letter sent by my master is true, it's no wonder. Just 5 days prior, Baek Musong received a startling letter from his master, the true heavenly sword. It detailed the bloodbath at Shaolin, the Dharma King's demise, and the potential appointment of Sword Saint Mei Zhonghak as the new Murim Alliance leader. Chaos reigns everywhere. My friends even queried if their martially gifted child could join manwha sect as a secular disciple. Baek Musong's smile held a trace of bitterness, perceiving the guard's hopeful subtext. The guard, likely over 40, yearned for his child to join manwha sect, a common parental aspiration. Feigning obliviousness, Baek Musong responded, "Well, if fate allows it, it may be possible. But is there really a need to learn martial arts? At that age, growing up healthy is good enough. Is that so?" The guard's face fell, disappointment evident, as Baek Musong thought. If only you knew of the impending storm, your expression would differ. Whispers of the Shaolin bloodshed were already circulating. Yet the existence of Dark Heaven remained a closely guarded secret, known to a select few, including Baek Musong, who sensed an approaching crisis. A blood wind loomed over Murim, dark clouds gathering, foretelling a time when countless weapons would fall alongside their wielders. Echoes of grieving parents and orphaned children would soon fill the air. We, manwha, must prevent this. We must. Baek Musong's conviction mirrored what was needed throughout Murim. His mood darkening, the guard looked puzzled. Where is the manager? Manager. Young master, the manager has stepped out for a moment. Please calm down and, calm down? After I've been treated like this, you expect me to calm down. But, as I said, the separate residence is already full. I'll guide you to a special room, so please calm your anger. It's so noisy. I must use the separate residence today. Move aside now. Ah, young master. Bang, crash. The commotion and shouts escalated, drawing nearer. The guard's expression soured as he apologized. I apologize for showing an unpleasant scene. It seems my subordinates have failed to handle the situation properly. Don't mention it. I completely understand. No matter how carefully guests are selected, Xi'an Tower was still a beautiful place. It's natural for insects to flock to a flower garden. Still, it's only noon and he seems quite drunk. It happens often. He appears to be from a noble family, but we'll handle it smoothly and send him back. You don't have to worry, Master Bake. Bake Musong gave a wry chuckle, shaking his head. Haha, well, I think I should stay here. What? He doesn't seem like an ordinary noble's son. What do you mean by that? The guard's confusion was palpable, but he fell silent, alert to the growing chaos and an approaching aura. A Murim warrior. In the escalating tension, guards scrambled in the inner courtyard, their shouts piercing the air. Stop right there! You cannot pass this point. Despite the high security, befitting a venue frequented by dignitaries, these seasoned warriors seemed ill-equipped to handle the drunken agitator. How dare these lowly thugs from the streets try to stop me? Ha swoosh thud! The guard's brief cries and the sound of swift, potent strikes quickly quieted the surroundings. The unsteady footsteps resumed, breaking the eerie calm. To take down 6 first-rate warriors instantly while in such a drunken state. He's undeniably a martial arts master, perhaps even a peak master. As the guard tensed, hand on his sword, Bake Musong subtly signaled him to refrain. It seems I should step in, Master Bake, that would be. It's fine. We've met a few times before, so he'll probably back down out of respect for me. That means we have a connection that dates back generations. Ah, but Bake Musong lightly scratched his cheek, adding, it's not exactly a friendly connection. The guard's mind raced, connecting dots. The Southern Edge sect, notorious in its own right, and the name associated with it was that of one infamous individual. Could it be? As a guard at Xi'an Tower for just over a month, he was well versed in the tales of this notorious Southern Edge figure. He was as famous for his fiery temper as for his heritage. The guard's expression contorted as he was about to utter the name. Crash! The door of the exclusive residence made of sturdy black wood burst apart, scattering splinters everywhere. Bake Musong greeted the young, irate man stumbling toward him with a smile. It's been a while, how have you been? Simultaneously. Why are you here? Hyukso Pyong, known as the Southern Edge Lone Dragon, grimaced fiercely, resembling a wrathful demon. Wow, please stop yelling, everyone is staring at us. My savior, look sweets. Forget those damn sweets, aren't you tired of them? No, then just open your own store. Can I go to Sichuan with the sweets vendor then? No, are you crazy? Over there they're selling noodles. They say it's made with beef broth. Chung Peng, you unpredictable kid. You're like a bouncing ball, never knowing where you might jump next. I swiftly grabbed Chung Peng by the collar as he made a beeline for a street vendor. Please just be a normal person. Just for once. Sweets, noodles? Ah, just wait a bit and I'll feed you till you burst. Really? How many times have I told you? So please, just keep your mouth shut and follow me quietly, okay? Admittedly, I'd be spending manwha sex funds, not my own, but that hardly mattered. I was supposed to just pass through here. Xi'an wasn't initially on my itinerary. Yet, the true Heavenly Sword, leader of manwha sect, had suggested a detour through Xi'an. Considering it was Chung Peng's hometown, it seemed a fitting choice. After a week's march devoid of decent meals or a bath, the prospect of a day's rest and good treatment was appealing. The first crane of manwha, Bake Musong, is waiting there. It had been over a year since our last meeting. Before departing for Anhui with Jiuqiang Gang, Bake Musong had told me, whenever you're in Shaanxi, let me know. I'll ensure you're well taken care of. Haha. I had half expected empty boasts, akin to a Busan native's grand claims, but it seemed Bake Musong meant his words. And now, here we were, set to meet. Anyway, where is Xi'an Tower? I asked a passerby who instructed me to follow the main road, yet amidst the bustling crowd it seemed a never-ending path. Scanning the surroundings, a dirt-smudged finger pointed towards a distant building. That's Xi'an Tower. Where? Oh really? How did you know? Gung Ji Bang, destined to be the beggar king, replied with a hint of pride. It's the best place to beg. The leftovers are like delicacies, and since high-status people come and go, there's a lot of charity. Any beggar worth their salt knows this place. A beggar's haven, it appeared. Shaking my head, I made my way to Xi'an Tower. Approaching the grand entrance large enough for a crowd to pass through, a guard, presumably of Xi'an Tower, bowed. I'm sorry, we're not open for business today. What, is it a day off? It's not that. There's been a bit of trouble during business hours. Ah, this turn of events was unexpected. Casting a glance to the side, I noticed Chung Peng, teetering on the brink of tears. Rubbing my head in thought, I addressed the guard. Is there any way we can go in? I had an appointment today. With Bake Musong. They said you would know the name. I repeat, currently it's... Wait, did you just say Master Bake Musong? Yes. The first crane of manwha, Bake Musong. In desperation, Chung Peng cried out. Beg Sajil, where are you, Beg Sajil? Can you hear my stomach growling? The guard, initially hesitant, swiftly swung open the main gate. "We will escort you to the separate residence immediately." What's this all about? Why such a sudden change of response? Did Baek Musong stand us up? But my speculation was off the mark. Hastily escorted by the guard, now almost jogging, we reached a nearly demolished separate residence where Baek Musong stood, awaiting us with sword in hand. Incredible, what a scene. It's really a full course, but I can't eat a martial